In this episode, we're going to talk about mastering digital ad targeting for your restaurant. First things first, we have to think about the entire marketing funnel. So, simply put, you have top of funnel awareness, you have middle of funnel consideration, and then bottom of funnel conversion. Now, top of funnel is where we begin because it is solving for one of the biggest problems that restaurants have to overcome, which is obscurity. In the restaurant business, we tend to think that everybody knows that we exist, when the truth is most people actually don't know we exist or they've forgotten that we exist. That's why we prioritize generating attention and awareness so that we can introduce ourselves to people who don't know we exist and remind people who've forgotten about us that we're still in business. This is also where one of our guiding beliefs of revenue follows attention comes from. Now, you might be wondering, what content do you include at these different stages of the funnel? Generally, I break it down into top of funnel. I tell stories, I educate, and I drive home key value points of the business. At the middle of the funnel, think about what people are doing. They're considering you. So we want to show proof, essentially. And I do that in the form of testimonials, guest stories, and also we'll tell some team stories to show that we're a place where people enjoy their work. They're passionate about it as much as we possibly can. And then at the bottom of the funnel, we want to nudge people over the edge. And the way we tend to do that is through offers. Now, when it comes to building out these campaigns on digital ad platforms, what I tend to do is I usually have the top of the funnel awareness campaign in its own campaign, and then middle of funnel and bottom of funnel, I will combine. Now, here's the key point when it comes to targeting. Restaurants are unique. 10 out of 10 people eat and drink and know many other people who eat and drink. That's why we keep targeting open around a tight geographic radius. And I usually begin with 3 kilometers and aged 19 plus for bars or 18 plus for family friendly spots that don't really have any alcohol. Think a frozen yogurt shop, for example. Across the funnel, we do not use any interest-based targeting. Why? Because we're guessing. And more importantly, by using interest-based targeting, we cripple the digital advertising platform's machine learning capabilities. That is what these platforms are. They are learning machines. It is so much smarter than I am. Why would I try and tell it who to reach when it has the capability of doing that itself? Here's the thing. The more people stop scrolling for our ad, the more they click our ad, the more they engage with our ad, the more data points the platform has to optimize delivery and ensure we reach more of the people who are actually interested. So that's it. When it comes to top funnel awareness, and even oftentimes middle and bottom of funnel, we'll simply keep the targeting open around a tight geographic radius, depending on our budget. If we have tons and tons of budget, we can open that radius up. But the point is we want to saturate the area around our restaurant. Now, when I break out the campaigns in the middle of funnel and bottom of funnel, where we want to share more testimonials or extend offers, ideally what we do here is we target people who have demonstrated they're interested in us based on behavior. AKA, we're not guessing. This is why we build retargeting/remarketing audiences. These audiences will eventually include website visitors, those who've opted in for offers, newsletter subscribers, social/advertising engagers. So think people who have clicked an ad or they've visited our profiles or they've commented on our content, past guests, Google ad clickers. So we're running Google ad campaigns as well. And we want to, especially if there's search campaigns, we can actually target people who've clicked on those campaigns. And that is valuable because they're higher intent, they're in market, they're looking for what we have to offer. And then we can show up in front of them on social platforms and capture that higher intent. And then finally, the most important one, yet the one that most can't even fathom at this point, are our top spending guests. The people who spent the most money with us over the lifetime of our relationship with them. This one is so important, and most restaurants are eons away from ever being able to do it because most of the time they aren't marrying guest information with guest purchasing behavior. And if you apply the 80-20 principle to your restaurant's revenue, you will find that 20% of your guests generate 80% of your revenue. So over time, we want to obsess over marketing to those top 20% folks who literally sustain most of our business. We want to roll out the red carpet for them. We want to show up in front of them as much as we possibly can. And now this final point is where everything comes around full circle. Once our retargeting/remarketing audiences become big enough, rich enough with data, we can then create what are called lookalike audiences. And we can then bring those into our top of funnel audiences because we're essentially saying to the digital ad platforms, please find us more people like our top spending guests. So I hope this helps you think about how to master digital ad targeting for your restaurant. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Guest Getter. I'm your host, Kyle Guilfoyle. I hope you enjoyed our conversation. As always, you can head over to guestgetter.co to check out the resources in this episode's show notes and sign up for our weekly newsletter. That is it for today. We'll see you next time.